For more, let's bring in Mehmet Celik, who is the managing editor at Daily Sabah newspaper here in Istanbul. Thanks so much for coming in. You actually believe what's happening in the White House right now, re-Syria policy, is a soft coup against Trump. How so?
At Daily Sabah, we wrote an editorial saying that this is what we can consider or call it a soft coup. This is because from the beginning of Trump's administration, there seems to be a layer in the administration that is ultimately gets into the way of policies Trump wants to establish, be it in domestic policies or in foreign policy. So I think the fact that Trump said Syria withdrawal will happen soon, and then there is conflicting voices emerging. Seems that there is a contradiction between what Trump says and what the administration layer actually believes or is trying to achieve. Here, I think it has a lot to do with what Trump took over, the administration, or some of the dynamics at White House or at Pentagon, some of the dynamics that were already established during Obama administration, and Trump took over that. And now is, in a way, there's confrontation between the establishment there and what Trump wants to achieve during his term. So this is kind of that establishment gets in the way of Trump's policies, be it domestically or in foreign policy.
I'm wondering, though, if it's possible that it's not far more complicated than that, because what could make one suspicious here is that no one has ever publicly contradicted Trump the way John Bolton just has, and gotten away with it. So, I mean, what does it say about Trump's relationship with John Bolton? I said earlier that maybe they are trying to play both sides. They can make it look like Trump wants to work with Erdogan, Putin, and the others, while he can say, oh, it's my national security advisor and the others that are pressuring me not to do what I want to do.
If we are looking at Trump administration and Trump style, that is a possibility, but I'm unsure if that's the actual case, because Trump is very vocal. He says what is in his mind, or what he intends to do.
When people don't like it, he fires them.
Yeah, exactly. So I'm not sure if that's actually a double game there. With regards to Bolton's situation and the messages that he tried to convey to Turkey, which are ultimately not acceptable if we look at it from a Turkish perspective, given the fact that Turkey wants to eliminate the threat coming from the YPG and Daesh terrorism, the fact that Turkey wants to clear the Daesh threats through legitimate forces rather than a proxy on the ground, be it the claims that Turkey is fighting Kurds instead of terming it as YPG. These are all, I think, ignitions to cause a conflict or a crisis between Trump and Erdogan. And I'm saying Trump and Erdogan specifically because there is a consensus at that level. Whereas Bolton's messages are different than the consensus that has been established between President Trump and President Erdogan.
So quickly then, I mean, where do you see the U.S. role in Syria going now? Will these troops get out? Will Trump more or less get his way?
Look, I think Trump is going to keep his word. However, how that will be carried out, there is no plan for that at the moment. There is no plan in Washington. And I think Bolton's visit was part of a search for a plan how to deal with Turkey following the withdrawal of troops. How that agenda will be carried out is something that they're actually in search for. Right now, the decision has been made by Trump, but how that will roll out, how that would unfold, is not clear at the moment. It's uncertain.
Mehmet, we'll have to leave it there. Thanks so much for coming in.